Hi, this is Peter.
Hi, this is Sandra.
And we are medievalist.net.
And today we're talking about another fantastic episode of
The Borgias.
the Siege of Forli. So, Juan comes back into town.
Your favorite character returns, and I know you missed him so
I hate
much.
him so much. Like, he's such a bumbling idiot. But he comes back to town, and he brings these gifts, one of which is a panther for his sister that bites her.
Yes, the happy
That's
little...
That's kind of like the screw you gift of the year, eh?
They, watch what you get from Juan.
Apparently.
And his dad gets an even better gift.
He introduces him to smoking.
The cigaro, which I thought that was hilarious. Like, you get all these scenes where like they're trying to figure out how to smoke it, but then you see like Rodrigo has it like with him like all the time afterwards. It's terrible, but he's addicted right away.
It's like a mafioso.
I kind of expect that to be like always hanging around for like the next few episodes at least. That cigarette, like he's.
And cigar. It's funny, and Lucrezia's like, but it smells like a turd.
Yeah, it's the.
That was awesome. Juan goes to siege Forli, and once again he proves that he's really an epic fail because he brings with him some conquistadors from Spain. He tells his father he's got his wife pregnant and all is well, and he's this big hero.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to Forli and gets shown up by Caterina Sforza.
Yeah, this is kind of loosely based on another siege, but Caterina, basically they go out to a parlay, and Juan basically steals her son, and then just kind of keeps dragging him in front of the castle to torture him and to convince Caterina into surrendering. And you kind of have, you see her throughout the whole episode really agonizing over it, watching her son getting, beaten up and almost hanged. And in the end, she kind of lays out this kind of famous line. She's kind of famous from history. It's not necessarily historical, but one, where she says, like, I've got the instruments to make more sons, while she, shows herself off to Juan and his army.
Say it. She shows off her privates.
Say
it. Say it.
I
didn't. That's another episode. What I didn't expect, I didn't think that they would go there because this, it's gutsy, but I didn't think they would have that what I call the HBO moment, or like the R moment where she actually lifted it up and showed.
Yeah, you
her
can't.
Region. Her
you can't really see anything, but
I saw.
Like, oh, okay.
It's red.
You're watching.
Just putting that out there. Great scene.
It was, and man, you have to give her
historically accurate.
Yes, except although she says it to like another siege and with different people altogether. Like Juan's not like involved in this, but it's great that they kind of throw in this line. And if you want to know more about Caterina, there's a book called The Tigress of Forli, which you can we'll throw up a link to our website. We should have a page about it on our site, which talks about her kind of career, and she was pretty famous in her day. So it's good to have. It was a great kind of like scene, and I really enjoyed actually this kind of siege. And basically, in the end, her cousin comes and relieves it, and we see a little bit of a good little fight scene where you get shots, you get some good action where I really like the kind of like guy getting his head chopped off, another guy arrow in the eye.
Violence.
Yay,
Yeah, Peter's favorite.
And Juan even loses his horse, so looks like he's going to have to run back home.
Yeah, and I like that she was rocking the Joan of Arc armor. She totally looked Joan of Arc. I think they did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And she just handed Juan his butt. Handed his ass to him. He looked like an idiot. He's like, I've got your son on a horse with a noose, and you better behave or this is what I'm going to do. And she's like, I'll make more.
Yeah.
He's going to die, he's going to die. I would hate to be Caterina Sforza's son. But anyways, she's a ballsy lady. I'm not a Sforza fan. I'm a Borgia girl. But I have to say, Juan's met his match. And he bungled everything again. He got routed, unhorsed, and then his conquistador. What did you think of that move?
Oh yeah, you know, like the conquistador frees the guy. You know, he's more of an honorable guy. You can and like you kind of see he had problems with Juan from the beginning. So, you know, I kind of like. I don't know what happens to him. I hope he kind of still kind of shows up. Maybe he'll be like now in Caterina's army or something like that. I don't know if he like made it out of the battle alive, but.
I really enjoyed it because, he mentioned to him, he's like, it's not honorable to torture a boy. And, for any of you who watch our Game of Thrones reviews, I've likened Theon to Juan. They're sort of the same type, epic fail as a leader, don't know what they're doing, and Juan's here torturing a teenager, and he's not earning the respect of his men. So when they get routed, the conquistador frees him. And I was like, wow, if that's not showing how incompetent you are, I don't know what is. The fact that your own men...
You're no number 2 guy.
Your number 2 right-hand man frees your captive and thinks that you are dishonorable. Wow.
So Juan, he clearly hasn't changed too much.
No, he's come back with a lot of bravado, but very little substance. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Cesare, Machiavelli, and Micheletto, I find their scenes comedic.
Oh yes, this was all to lead up to the bonfire of the vanities, another great moment from Renaissance Florence. So.
I loved how, Machiavelli's like, hey, Cesare, check out the Children of God, Savonarola's, legion. And they come knocking on the door, and they're all hanging out on the balcony. You're like, I don't hear anything. Do you hear anything? Yeah. I don't hear anything. Nah, I hear nothing. And then they ask for something to burn, and Machiavelli hands them a stuffed, dirty old owl. I thought they're expecting like a Botticelli or Boccaccio or great literature, and he hands them a dusty old stuffed owl. I thought that was the ultimate, F.U. Savonarola move.
Yeah, it's fun to see how they've kind of done this Savonarola, and it's basically he's kind of just mesmerized and brainwashed of the youngest children, right, to do his bidding. Like, no, you don't see, any kind of adults kind of stepping in. It's, it's these kids are the ones rounding up stuff and kind of leading the charge, and, and it's great kind of TV, I kind of say. I really liked it a lot.
I loved it, and I love the fact that he's all there preaching and yelling at Cesare and, the fires, and then Micheletto's like, what's up? Gets up in his grill.
Yeah, Micheletto's got the little cross, and,
he's staring him down.
Yeah, it's like, and of course Savonarola got those beady eyes, and, it's like he saw a ghost or something like that, but
he scared him.
Yeah, he did. But, meanwhile, I really like the kind of touches where, there goes the Botticelli. That was just great. Awesome. Took months to, make and just minutes to burn, and and you see it through, as we see it, the bonfire of Venice, which is this crazy kind of religious fervor gone astray. And
that's gripping Florence.
And it's the same thing that Machiavelli and Cesare both kind of see it in that same, so I really enjoyed all that. It was a great kind of scene. I wish the bonfire was bigger though. I was hoping that I think they probably had limitations on how much they could burn, but that looked it looked good. It could have been. I'd say if it was double this size, that would have been perfect.
I really enjoyed the 3 of them. They're just very deadpan, and I love. I'm gonna find out. We want to chat about. Oh right, Lucrezia's after the brother of the guy who's courting her.
And it's all classic. Where she's fallen for this other guy. She still doesn't want to. It's like she doesn't want to fall in love because Pablo is her dear heart, but she's found someone that she could really make out with. So. And, of course, he's a sucker, too, because she finds him really quickly, and it doesn't take him long to succumb to her wiles.
Well, here's the other thing. The whole, you can't marry the second son. I kind of don't get that whole thing. But I mean, they're the same family, same wealth.
Well, they kind of mentioned
Good name.
it's that the first son's getting all the land, all the power, all the titles. You know, it won't be the second son that's going to get it, right?
Well, he's not going to be dirt poor and begging on the street, right?
Well, apparently it's his Renaissance Florence, but
Wow.
I guess the idea is that you want for political considerations you want to marry the heir to the stuff because it's otherwise it's harder for the marriage. But I can see this probably could be negotiated with, right?
I thought, Rodrigo would relent because he put her in such a craptacular first marriage where she was abused by Giovanni Sforza that he might actually go, okay, you're still in the same family, we'll give you the guy you want, because her first marriage was awful. She was married to an abusive dirtbag. And, I thought Rodrigo would be a little more,
Yeah, well, you know what? It's like he's sending her lots of suitors, right? Like, here's a person. He's just looking for this political, right?
But he's not letting her marry the guy she wants in the same family that is acceptable to him. But anyway, she's gonna stir trouble. She's a Borgia. It's obvious she's gonna marry the first guy and then be sleeping with the brother.
Yeah, it's too bad. I hope they have that panther keep coming in. Like she gives it to her husband to be, right? So like we could either I'd love to have her and somehow she gets it back and she be her pet, like you can walk around with her just like in the wolves, coming around with the Stark family in Game of Thrones. She got her panther.
I hope the panther eats the guy that she doesn't want so she can hook up with the second brother.
That's maybe how she does it, right? Just releases a panther on him.
That's her angle.
That's
that's
Lucrezia's thinking. Maybe let's
thinking. That's right.
But
yeah, no, I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was funny. There were a lot of funny moments and stuff. And I also like, my last thing I'm going to mention is the build that Savonarola is eventually going to end up. He's pushed it too far because there's a small scene with Della Rovere going, you got to take it down a couple notches. You're drawing too much negative attention. Yeah. They're gonna get you for heresy. Yeah. And it's kind of like a foreshadowing. Yeah. I'm looking. I think the season finale we're gonna see.
Yeah, I think we got three. We got 3 episodes. We'll see. That Savonarola. We're gonna see the kind of finale for this. Poisoning scene. So because that seems to be almost done, right? He seems to survive. The boy, he's ready for his, big moment. So.
Yeah, he's been poisoned like 8 million times, and now he's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
So tune in with us to watch another exciting and funny episode of
the Borgias.
Thanks, and we'll see you next week.